This is Hollywood Update on Central Spotlight. I'm your host, Caroline Powers.
And I'm Sarah Roebuck.
And we have the latest news for you. People have been wondering when or if Brian Williams will return to the anchor desk, but NBC announced this week that the nightly news anchor will be suspended for 6 months without pay. Williams gave a pretty weak apology last week and was taken off the air for a few days, hoping to slide right back into the anchor desk after some time off. But his future isn't looking so bright right now. People are wondering if he's made any other untruthful remarks in the past and where his credibility as a news source stands. Lester Holt will continue to fill in for Williams during his leave of absence.
The new SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water, took first place at the box office this past weekend, booting American Sniper out of its 3-week-long first place at the box office. Jupiter Ascending took third place.
In happier news, Seventh Heaven's Beverly Mitchell and her husband Michael Cameron welcomed a son at the end of January. Their second child, Hutton Michael Cameron, was born on January 28th, and the proud mama shared her first Instagram post of the baby on February 10th. The couple also has a younger daughter. Happy times for the family of 4.
There's a lot of buzz around about the Hunger Games franchise. Mockingjay Part 2 will be the first in the Hunger Games franchise to get an IMAX 3D release. Both Hunger Games and Catching Fire had IMAX releases, but not 3D. Gary Ross, the director of the first Hunger Games film, didn't want to produce the Hunger Games in 3D. He thought it wouldn't be right for the film. I'm with Gary on that one, but I think Mockingjay Part 2 has enough effects that 3D will be great. In other Hunger Games news, the Hunger Games franchise may not be over after Mockingjay Part 2. Lionsgate CEO made a statement last Friday saying that they're looking into more development on the Hunger Games franchise. This would include a prequel and possibly a sequel. They're also looking into creating a Hunger Games theme park. You've probably heard about that, but it sounds like they're trying to move into more movement with this.
And then there were 2. In this week's new episode of Celebrity Apprentice, Vivica A. Fox was fired after she fought her way to the final 3. Geraldo Rivera has made it to the final 2, which may come as a surprise to many people since he did not start off the season on a good note with many of the other players. Lisa Gibbons will also compete against Rivera in the finale episode next week. You can see who will be crowned the winner next week, February 16th at 8 p.m. on NBC.
This week's film review is on Jupiter Ascending. I give this movie a D for at least trying. Now let me just be clear. The acting was actually not so bad, but the green screen was so fake. The flying, you could tell that they were on wires, and all the little special effects just did not work for the film. The writing was awful. I did not understand what was going on. They jumped from part to part, and some of the CGI worked and some of it did not. And the action sequences were just way too long and then moved way too quickly. And in order to try to get you to see what was going on, they put random slow motion in there with Channing Tatum with random, little hip-hop moves is what it looked like. And the only reason I wanted to see this movie was because of Eddie Redmayne anyway, but he was hardly in it and he was creepy, really creepy. I guess if you're into sci-fi, it might be kind of cool. There was a lot of weird creatures because, they are out in space, but the story was not well written. Green screen, awful. The only really good part about this movie was the acting, and they kind of tried to copy Marvel, where in the Avengers, the whole scene breaks down in New York and everything, and this one was in Chicago. And they kind of took the same thing where all the buildings were falling, and it just did not work. So I wouldn't even bother seeing this movie in theaters. I am sorry if anybody really liked it, but solid D. That's all we have for the Hollywood Update on Central Spotlight. I'm Sarah Roebuck.
And I'm Caroline Powers.
Catch you next week.
Come take my hand, I won't let you go. I'll be your friend, I will love you so deeply.
Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new episode of RSL in the Spotlight. I'm your host, Alicia Bergio. Today I'm going to give you all a little sneak peek at the female acapella group On the Rocks. Let's go take a look. Hi, what's your name?
Andrea McConomy.
And what is your position in On the Rocks?
I am president of On the Rocks.
How long have you been involved with this organization?
This will be my 4th and actually final semester with the group.
And what made you want to join?
Well, I did a lot of theater and performing in high school, and it was a good way to bring that with me into college without being the big theater program, and then it's just a really good place to like sing and be yourself. So,
Is this something that anybody can join, or do you have to go through an audition process?
well, anyone can join, but you do have to go through an audition process. So you don't have to be a music major, which is really nice. So we have open auditions every fall and spring, and we ask all whoever is interested to come and audition for us, and then we go through the process with that.
Is it very competitive, or is it more laid back?
The audition process is really laid back, but since we do usually only have a few open positions each semester, it does get pretty competitive. But we still encourage everyone to come audition. Even if you don't make it, we encourage you to come back the next semester too.
How do you choose all the songs that you guys perform?
Well, we do have a music director who predominantly chooses what our songs are, but we have a unique process that we do kind of ask the girls in the group what they think would transfer good into an acapella song and what songs they would like to do as well.
Going off of that question, do you guys have specific themes for your performances? For instance, do you choose all female songs, or do you guys like to mix it up a little bit?
We have a very eclectic mix, so we do everything from, we're doing a Disney song this semester to Heard It Through the Grapevine by Marvin Gaye. So we try to bring some oldies songs into it, but then also some newer songs too.
I lay by your side. And make sure.
How do you pick who sings what note, verse, chorus, and things like that?
Well, each part is a little different, so it kind of depends on your voice range. So our first sopranos are the ones who can sing really high, and our basses are the ones who can carry out the low notes, and then however you kind of fit in between those is how we decide.
On top of perfecting a song amongst the group, you also have to think of dance routines. Do you have somebody that comes in to choreograph those routines, or do you guys come up with the dance routines yourselves?
Well, we don't ever have like strict dance moves. It's actually, we'll be in rehearsals and singing through a song, and someone will do something that, you know, we think is cute or that we like, and we kind of add that in. So by the end of the semester, it's just kind of everything that we've done during rehearsals that fits into the song.
Does On the Rocks compete in any a cappella competitions?
We usually do. We didn't get the chance to go this semester, but we usually do the ICCAs, which is just like in Pitch Perfect. So,
Is there anything exciting coming up this semester for you girls?
we have a lot of gigs lined up for the next couple months. We do actually have our bowling fundraiser next week, Monday night at Riverwood Bowling from 7 to 9. So everyone should come out, but I think, yeah, we're excited.
And how often does this organization have rehearsals?
We rehearse 3 times a week, 2 hours each time.
And if somebody wanted to get in contact with On the Rocks, how would they go about doing that?
They can email ontherocks@semish.edu, and that will go to me, and I will respond as soon as I can.
Anything else that you would like to say about On the Rocks?
We're just really excited for the upcoming semester, and if anyone ever needs entertainment, we'd love for you guys to get in contact with us.
Hit me with your best shot. Why don't you hit me with your best shot? Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
That's all I have for you on tonight's episode of RSO in the Spotlight. Make sure you tune in next time for a brand new episode. But until then, Aka, sing your hearts out. See you next time.
Hello guys, thank you for joining us again this week for this week's episode of the Nerd Report. I am your host, Lindsay Schwalm.
And I'm your other host, Dustin Drew. And we're here today with a member of the Central Cosplay Club, Maggie Golinske. Maggie, how's it going?
It's going good.
It's good to hear.
Would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself, first of all, and how you first got involved with cosplay?
Okay, well, I'm a creative writing major here at Central. I'm a junior. And I got into cosplay because I really love the holiday Halloween, and I love dressing up. And I always strongly believe that it should come more than once a year, and that dressing up in costumes should have been taken seriously. And then I found out about this cosplay thing, and I was like, wow, how do I get started on this? This looks so much fun.
Okay, excellent. And could you possibly tell us, maybe stand up and show us who you're dressed as today, who you're cosplaying as, and how it came about? Now, did this take you a long time to put together your entire cosplay? How was it for you? What was the process like from start to finish?
I already had the boots and the gloves at home. And I bought the suit online, I got a wig, I got a mask. It took me less than a month. I got into cosplay because I really love the holiday Halloween, and I love dressing up. And I always strongly believe that it should come more than once a year, and that dressing up in costumes should have been taken seriously. And then I found out about this cosplay thing, and I was like, wow, how do I get started on this? This looks so much fun.
Would you say that you have, one absolute, or more than one, favorite characters when you cosplay?
I mean, I only have 2 cosplays so far, Violet and Jessie from Toy Story, and I love cosplaying as both of them.
Well, do you have any absolute favorites? Favorite cosplay? Do you have any favorite things that you like to cosplay more than any other in particular?
I mean, I prefer Disney cosplays. I cosplay all female characters. If I want to cosplay a male character, I just make him a girl, and I dress like her.
Which would be fun. That gives you a lot of opportunities to be creative then. If you are
Yes.
taking, gender swapped cosplay, it gives you a lot of creative license.
Yes, exactly.
So would you what future cosplays do you have in mind?
Like, I've been thinking about female Harry Potter, Shadowcat from X-Men,
That'd be cool.
Yes, that would be cool.
or female Jim Hawkins.
From Treasure Planet?
Yes.
Now, would that be kind of like a steampunk inspired? Would you have any steampunk elements in there, or
I'm not sure. I didn't see the movie as real steampunk.
Well, it seems like, I mean, you're getting to meet so many new people, when you're going to different conventions, when you're dressing up. Have you had any just really positive experiences? Anything that just stands out in your mind that that you've had while cosplaying?
There was this one time I was cosplaying as Jessie at UMaCon, and it was the same day as Halloween. So there were some kids dressed up, and there was this girl dressed like Spider-Man. But she had her ponytail sticking out of the hood, so you could see that it was a spider girl. And I talked to her for a little bit. She offered me some candy. And I said, well, I'm a toy. I don't have to eat. And when her mom got a picture of us, I got in my pose, and I expected her just to stand there, and she went like this to the camera. And I just,
Parenting win.
I lost it right there.
That is adorable in every meaning of the word.
It is.
For people who don't know, I know there's a term out there it's closet cosplay when it comes to low budget cosplaying, trying to piece together costumes on some kind of a budget. Could you maybe explain that for people?
What closet cosplay is gathering items from your closet and putting an outfit together to make yourself look like a character.
Could you give have you ever done it before? Could you give us an
I've
example maybe?
Never done it before, but one example I could think of at the spot would be like Ariadne from Inception. You can get a blue t-shirt, a red jacket, a scarf, some jeans.
And so that's a cosplay at a very low cost, so that could work out pretty well.
You can pick up a bishop from your old chess set, and then you're all good. You're good to go.
That would be amazing. I think that'd be awesome.
I'm pretty sure that helps a ton of people out there. Because I'm sure that there are people like sitting inside their houses right now like, man, I really want to cosplay, but man, I don't have money. But closet cosplay, that's actually like a really good idea. So for anyone that's like interested in like the Central Cosplay Club here, where would they go like if they were interested in joining?
We have a Facebook page, just called Central Cosplay Club. You can send us a message there, or we have meetings every week, Monday at 8 o'clock in Anspa 258.
And are those meetings, are they open to all? Let's say you're, brand new, you're
Yes.
interested just from, even watching this and you just want to walk in and sit down and watch, not even talk or anything. You just want to see what it's all about. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Thanks so much for sharing your knowledge and your time with us, Maggie. We definitely appreciate it. We love your costume. Until next week, this has been your episode of The Nerd Report. I am your host, Lindsay Schwall.
And I'm your other host, Dustin Drew.
And this is Maggie Golinske of Central Cosplay Club. See you next time, guys. Thanks for being with us.
Adios.
Hey guys, I'm Isis and I have your music minutes for the week. This past week there were some cool events that happened as well as some cool events that are coming up. 1892 Productions are starting back up again with Tunes at Noon. If you aren't familiar with 1892 Productions, their goal is to collab with the Office of Student Activities and Involvement Office and the UC to provide quality and non-traditional entertainment to CMU students. So yesterday there was a segment at noon, and coming up next week, Wednesday, obviously at noon, there will be another. In fact, you can catch Tunes at Noon throughout the semester and this upcoming February, following all the way until May. If you want to find out what artists are going to be showcased and performing, go to CMU's Office of Student Activities and Involvement office page on CMU's website. Also, in lieu of celebrating Black History Month, the Multicultural Academic Student Services are putting on a Black History Month food taster featuring hip-hop violinist Daniel D. And you can check them out Monday, February 16th at 5 p.m. in the UC Rotunda. It's $3 for students and $5 for the general public. Sounds like it'll be fun. You don't want to miss out. Now we can carry on to a local music event. Crisley with Anti-Serum and K-Theory will be at the Wayside next Thursday, February 19th. And if you like to dance and party, go check it out. Even if Wayside's not your thing, I'm sure the music will be good. But that's it for the campus and local news. Now we're moving on to some more talked about news, the Grammys. What were your thoughts on those? Did you care about them? Did you think that Kanye was going to do what he did? If you didn't, sound off in the comments. But right now we're going to take it over to some students who have some opinions on the Grammys. Signing off, I'm Isis. Throwing it over to Isis.
I think the most surprising thing to everybody was that Beck won Album of the Year. And I know that Kanye was kind of surprised too because he actually went up there and was going to say, I'm going to let you finish, but then he didn't and it was a big joke. But I think that's the biggest surprise.
I'm just one of those people, I just like to hear about all the stuff afterwards. So I don't have to watch the whole thing, just waste my time watching the whole thing, where afterwards I can just go on Twitter and just see all the good stuff that happened.
Beck has been one of my favorite artists since I was a kid. And I think he deserved it. That album really killed it. I haven't listened to it yet, but for what I've seen, I think it's going to be good.
I'm not going to watch them this year. I still think it's bullshit that Interstellar didn't get nominated for Best Picture.
Represent the best in self-congratulation of an industry that is only really concerned about self-inflating their own egos. It doesn't really have anything to do with quality of music nor necessarily the right people. With so many classic albums and artists that have been overlooked, overshadowed, or haven't even won, it's really hard to think of the Grammys as anything else except just one big political institution and one giant pat on the back.
All right, and you heard it for yourself. That was the take on the Grammys. Some people cared, some people didn't. And that wraps it up for your Music Minutes this week. I'm Isis.